Tonight, Rockline brings you a special evening of music and your phone calls for Steve Perry. To speak with Steve Perry, call the toll-free Rockline at 1-800-344-ROCK. That's 1-800-344-7625. You know, whether it's a solo artist or lead vocalist for the legendary band Journey, Steve Perry brings life to a song as few others can. Plus, he's a cool guy.
I owe you money for saying
You owe me nothing. Greetings. How are you? It's good to see you.
I'm doing well, thanks.
It's great to have you here. It's been way too long since you and I have sat down in front of a couple microphones and done one of these.
It has been a while, I know that.
It has been a while. Let's begin with the solo CD, Greatest Hits Plus 5 Unreleased.
Right.
I'm curious why the album Against the Wall was never released.
Well, that's a really good story. That album was recorded just right after the Street Talk record, and it was due to be released. And then I went back to Journey and did the Raised on Radio instead, and went on that tour. And it just sort of got shelved in the can, man. I just had it on tape and waited till this moment when the Greatest Hits was talked about with Sonny and myself, with Oh Sherry and Foolish Heart and other things like that. So I thought this was a great opportunity to put all this unreleased stuff that I'm very proud of.
Now, you got the 5 unreleased, and it doesn't end there. There's rare tracks, B-sides, that type of thing as well.
There's actually legally 5, because we had to say legally 5.
Legally 5.
Because there was 1 or 2 that might have appeared on the backside of a single that was sold, but there's actually 9 unreleased things on there.
Yeah, because when I listened to it actually a while ago now, and I kept thinking, I don't remember this, Oh, this rings a distant bell, but, you know, I can't quite remember.
It's familiar, but it's never been heard before.
You know, one thing about you, though, is there's never any doubt that it's you. You just have such a distinctive quality, and you emote so much in your songs. You really put a lot of feeling into it.
Your money again, Bob.
Oh, stop it. Just slip me a 20. Let's side of Hamilton across the counter here, you know?
Thanks.
A lot of Rockline listeners are curious about the surgery that you recently underwent. What's the story briefly, and are you okay now?
Yeah, I'm fine right now. It's been 6 months now on the other side of the surgery. It happened in October, and you know, I'm walking around. The first 3 months after the surgery, I couldn't walk, really. But now I'm doing great.
Man.
I had no canes, no nothing. It was a major surgery that I had put off for a while because of medical reasons.
It was a surgery on your hip?
It was surgery on my hip, yeah. In fact, it was the surgery that, for people who don't really know what happened, it did dig the rift between the band and myself once again, you know. Unfortunately, we were getting ready to go on tour, on the reunion tour for Trial by Fire, and it was one of those things where I'd sort of just dug another rift where it was not a group decision, in my opinion. Surgery, that is, you know. And
that was your choice.
It was my choice, yeah. And so I made my choice, and they made their choice. And I think that's the way the landscape looks right now. Everybody's doing what they feel is right.
How does this surgery affect your long-term and immediate future in the music industry?
You know, I don't think it's going to affect it at all now, because it's just, every day it's stronger. I mean, people don't even know anything's happening. Sometimes I wake up, I don't even know anything's happening. I just get up and get going.
Well, there are a lot of days I wake up and I don't know anything's happening either.
I love those days, Bob. I look forward.
Some people pay big money for those kind of days.
For those kind of days.
That's right.
Didn't we all?
Now, is this just that, I don't want to go too deeply into this, but out of curiosity.
Deeply is the
let's cut right here. Go all the way to the bone.
Yeah.
Did you have a bone fragment or break?
No, I'm a titanium boy right now. I got a complete titanium hip in there now.
I'm not going to the airport with you.
I do set them off occasionally, but I have a card for that, so they don't shake me down, you know. Jump in quick.
Set up all kinds of bells and whistles and everything. Oh, look out, Steve Perry's here.
Yeah.
Now, you were raised where? In just north of San Diego?
Actually, I was born and raised in the central San Joaquin Valley in a wonderful town of Hanford, California. Then I went to high school in Lemoore, California, and that's where I was born and raised, a wonderful little area.
And that's the Fresno area?
Yeah, Central San Joaquin Valley, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you moved to the San Francisco area to be with the band Journey.
Yeah, I joined the band in, actually, I met the guys years before, but I joined around 77, 78, and moved up to the Bay Area.
With the song Lights, did that song emote the feelings that you had with the city of San Francisco?
Yeah, you know, I remember we were at the studio rehearsing, and it was Studio Instrument Rentals, and I had that song sitting in the back of my pocket, you know, and I showed it to Neil, and Neil liked it, and he helped me finish it, and it just seemed so right that it should be about the city by the bay, because they were a Bay Area band before I joined them. You know, they had a great following up there, and you know, I was really glad and very proud to be in that band, and I wanted to work with Neil for years, you know, because I knew about him. It's a long story, really, Bob. I mean, I knew about Neil through an old mutual friend named Larry Luciano, who was a friend of his about 10 years prior. So we had met before. But to make a long story short, I showed the song to Neil, and we finished it together, and, yeah, Lights in the City.
When the lights go down in the city.